Our PGA Championship coverage on HQ is presented by Bonobos. Look good, play good, repeat. Moving day at the PGA made for plenty of motion, but would the world's best be headed the right direction? Let's take a look at the action from Southern Hills. Days 1 and 2, the wind blew. Day 3, the cold came. Tulsa, Oklahoma getting all 4 seasons in 4 days. Tiger Woods did make the cut after grinding it out on Friday, but the struggle Saturday, they were early, they were often, and they did not wait for the first tee. There you see Woods, that reconstructed leg, wobbling a bit as he took to the bunker for some practice work. We pick him up at the par 3 6th. Woods' tee shots into a prevailing wind and just never enough club. This one got the best of plenty of players out there on Saturday, but Woods finds the drink and goes on to make double, moves him to 3 over through 6. Then at the 9th, out of the fairway bunker, sort of thins it out of that shoddy surface. Trying to find the ball. Well, there it is. Embedded in the lip of the bunker. Had to take the penalty. Would bogey there at 9, and it would unleash a string of bogeys. Bogey at 9, bogey at 10, bogey at 11, bogey at 12. 5 straight bogeys here after a bogey at the 13th, which is the first time Tiger's ever done that in a major. Worst round at a PGA Championship, 9 over 79 for Woods, who will not play on Sunday after withdrawing due to that leg injury. Mito Pereira tied his career low round 64. That was in the second round on Friday, playing in the final pairing here on Saturday and taking advantage. 36 feet to the bottom at the par 4 second, gave him the solo lead. His playing partner, Will Zalatoris, entered the day with a one-shot lead, but struggling with that balky putter from in close. Zalatoris pushing one there at the par 4 4th, then at the par 3 6th. Another look inside 10 feet that goes awry. You know, all 7 majors contested at Southern Hills. The 36-hole leader or co-leader went on to win it. That's this guy, not playing like it on Saturday as he misses another shorty, struggling with the flat stick and a swing atop the leaderboard. Zalatoris dropped to 5 under for the tournament, got one back, got to 6 under by day's end. But your leader, sleeping on the 54-hole advantage, Mito Pereira. 4 bogeys, did open things back up from holes 8 through 12, but then coming home strong. Par 3 14th, Pereira flies at the number and gets that one from 222 to about 6 feet. Would convert the birdie putt. Then at the par 4 18th, a brute of a finisher. Par is better than the field. Well, how about a circle? Give me a birdie. Make room. Mito Pereira, 9 under for the tournament and 3 shots clear. It is the first lead of his career after any round on the PGA Tour. He will sleep with thoughts of the Wanamaker. Plus 150 and the odds-on favorite to get it done heading into round 4. Heading into the week, he was 175 to 1. Hold them close if you got them. Last player to win their first PGA Tour event at a major, that was Danny Willett back in 2016, and they've been few and far between throughout golf history, but that's exactly what Mito Pereira will attempt to do on Sunday. Our Amanda Renner caught up with the leader post-round.
Mito, an unbelievable birdie on the last to complete, playing for the first time in the final pairing at a major championship. Yeah. What did you learn about yourself today?
That's pretty awesome to hear, huh? Never take anything for granted. I was playing so good, putting for 3 under at 7. It was like, didn't feel real. And then obviously, I wasn't really nervous. It was just a couple bad shots, and I just all of a sudden made 4 bogeys in 5 holes. You gotta just keep really like your head really in the moment, and I'm glad I did that coming back after 13, so happy to be that way.
Well, you are going to be in the final pairing once again, this time as the leader. So what is it going to feel like to sleep on the lead, and what can you pull from this round that's going to help you hoist the Wanamaker, this guy right here, tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, of course, I don't have any experience playing the final pairing on the major, but I guess I've worked for it my whole life basically, so I just hope to enjoy it, keep playing like I've been playing. If the putter gets hot again, it's gonna be a good round.
Are you feeling as calm as you appear right now?
Not really.
I love that honesty. Go get him tomorrow. Thanks for the time.
I guess I've worked my whole life for this. It will be a lifetime achievement if Mito Pereira can get it to the clubhouse through the 72nd hole. He did have to weather a storm in the middle of his third round. Perhaps he will have to once again, as the Chase Pack does have plenty of talent a ways back, but not a whole lot of experience there on the first page of the leaderboard. He is number 100 in the official world golf ranking, but a Wanamaker trophy sure to change that. For more from round 3, we head out to Southern Hills, where CBS senior golf writer Kyle Porter is standing by. KP, I don't know if I need an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on. That was some unprompted carnage here in round 3. Add them all up, Mito Pereira is our leader by 3. Before we address the culprits by name, what made it so hard out there for just about everybody on Saturday?
Yeah, it was super interesting out here, Joe. I walked most of the front 9 with Justin Thomas and Bubba Watson, and kind of like we saw earlier in the week on Friday morning, the wind was really inconsistent. So it would kind of gust, and then it would lay down, and then it would gust, and it would lay down. And it was coming from a direction that was kind of into the players' faces off of some of these tees, so the ball was just not flying very far. Add in the fact that it was 55 degrees, 60 degrees for most of the day, and you had a 7,500-yard ballpark that was playing more like 7,700 or 7,800 yards. So that was sort of what played into why you didn't see some really good numbers from anybody not named Webb Simpson throughout the day in round 3 at the PGA Championship.
Yeah, shout out to Webb for showing us a little something here on Saturday. The 4 majors, KP, they all sort of ask a different question. The Masters, you got to learn the place. The U.S. Open requires a veteran's medal. The Open Championship, countless walks needed to grasp that certain type of game. Is the PGA Championship just the perfect major for a guy like Mito Pereira to jump up, surprise everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I think the PGA Championship, Kerry Haig, who sets up these PGA Championship golf courses, I think does a great job of allowing ball strikers to rise to the top. Mito Pereira is a really good ball striker. He's not a name that maybe a lot of people know. He was in that 7-for-1 playoff for the bronze medal at last year's Olympics in Japan. But he's a great ball striker, and a lot of these guys at the top of the board are kind of underrated, low-key, really good ball strikers. And we've seen over the last 10 years, ball strikers really play great at PGA Championships because that's what the course demands. So I think it's a good blend of kind of everything. It has led to a little bit of a nondescript leaderboard in terms of household names and big-time players this week, but those are the guys that are hitting the ball best. Mito Pereira is top 5 in this field in terms of strokes gained tee to green, and as a result, he's been rewarded with a big-time 3-stroke lead going into the final round.
It was 175-1 pre-tournament odds. If you got it, hold it, sleep with it under your pillow, and pray for the best come Sunday. We did get some answers to some burning questions on Saturday. Tiger does not appear to have 4 days in him. Zalatoris' putter is a limiting factor, and watching 18 holes of Rory McIlroy might give you motion sickness. A 4 over 74 for McIlroy on Saturday. No way to frame it other than an opportunity squandered and a bunch of disappointment. KP, you tweeted that this round was going to be historically important for McIlroy. How does Saturday affect the way you're going to look at roars in these years to come?
Yeah, I think it really does affect it. I was walking with a couple other media members out here on Saturday afternoon, and we were a little bit behind Rory, but we saw a lot of his round. And at one point I turned to one of them and said, I'm not even mad about this. I'm just disappointed, like any father would say. And it just, listen, it was, the reason I thought it was historically important is because Rory had the first round lead. His game is very proper right now. It's in order. He's playing really well. He got the easy side of the draw. There's not a lot of great champions in terms of major champions ahead of him on this leaderboard. And it was time to go do it. It was time to take advantage of that, go win your 5th major. And he didn't even give himself a chance. He doubled 6. He tripled 11. He just played himself out of the tournament on a day that he needed to play himself into the lead. And I really thought that he had that opportunity, and he squandered it. You don't have a ton of those opportunities, especially at his age, where he's kind of getting into the middle to he's in the middle stages of his career. Mm-hmm. So how many more rips are you going to have at major championships? I thought he had a real opportunity to kind of jumpstart the middle of his career and have kind of a scorching back half as he ages into his mid-30s, and he didn't do that, and he's not going to win this PGA Championship because of it.
Rattled the pin on 14, what looked like could have been an ace, and couldn't even enjoy the moment because I'm sure he felt on multitudes and a number of different feelings throughout this round, and the disappointment that we feel can only be exponentially more felt by Rory McIlroy. There are a number of names on that board who will have an opportunity to make a sprint on Sunday. Zalatoris, Fitzpatrick, 6 deep, Cam Young, Abe Answer a few off. KP, feel free to take us deeper down the board if you think that's the way to go. Looking at this chase pack, there's only one PGA Tour win amongst the top 5. Who catches your attention?
Yeah, one in the top 5 and 2 in the top 6. You know, it's really interesting. Justin Ray had a great stat on Saturday after the round. The last 33 major winners have been within 4 of the lead, and there's only 4 guys on this leaderboard that kind of fit that number. So your logic says, hey, the leader or the winner, eventual winner, will have to come from within that top 4, from Pereira, Fitzpatrick, Zalatoris, and Cam Young. If there's somebody I think that can run down Pereira, it's Zalatoris. He's an unbelievable ball striker. I think the putter probably bounces back on Sunday. I think he's a big-time player. If you want to look further down, I think JT, I mean, we've seen him. You know, what does he do at the Players' Championship last year? Just goes on an absolute heater on Saturday and Sunday. I think JT could, he's the guy a little bit further down that could shoot 64, 65 and give himself a shot. But otherwise, I think you're going to see kind of, again, a nondescript, lesser known, somebody that's not a star win this PGA Championship, which is kind of rare for recent major championships. You have to go back to maybe a Gary Woodland, maybe even further back than that. When we haven't had kind of a big name, big time, top 25 player, top 15 player win a major championship. So Sunday's gonna change somebody's life, and I think it's probably gonna be somebody in that top 5 on the leaderboard right now.
We did have some big time news coming in post round. 15-time major champion Tiger Woods has withdrawn from the tournament. Woods, playing for just the second time since his near fatal car accident on the PGA Tour, appeared hobbled throughout the week, and the physical toll added up on that recently reconstructed leg. Woods shot a 9 over 79 on Saturday. That's his worst round ever at the PGA Championship, and this will be the first time that Tiger has ever withdrawn from a major championship as a professional. KP, as you take in the news, your initial reaction here to Tiger, obviously hobbled throughout the day. You saw him in person, and his post-round comments did bring this final round into question. Here's the news. There will be no Tiger on Sunday. Your first thought is what?
Well, you know, the kind of the first inkling that this might be happening was in the middle of his 3rd round. We were in the press center, and over the intercom, there was a message that Tiger would not be doing a post-round interview. There would be one person kind of doing a pool interview, which is where one person collects all the quotes, and they get posted online for everybody else. That's very unlike Tiger. Tiger's probably the best golfer ever at taking questions after a round, no matter what he shoots, whether it's 80 or 60 or anything in between. So that was kind of the first inkling of like, okay, something might be up here. You know, I think, Joe, I'm most surprised by kind of the volatility of his injury right now. I think after the Masters, where he kind of got incrementally worse as the week went on, you thought that was kind of emblematic of how these major championships would go. They would get a little bit better at the PGA, and they get a little bit better at the U.S. Open, and a little bit better at the Open Championship. I was surprised by, from Thursday to Friday to Saturday, how volatile his injury seemed, because on Thursday it looked horrible. On Friday it seemed fine as he grinded to make that cut on Friday afternoon, and then again on Saturday it seemed horrible. So instead of sort of a incremental improvement, if you're looking at it like a stock, like on a graph, I think we're going to see a lot more volatility, where it's really good some days, really bad some days, and that's just going to be the expectation going forward.
Yeah, Saturday's setback, a little too much to overcome here to get out there and give us 18 more. But Tiger Woods gutting it out once again to make the cut at a major. KP, we're sort of left to do this thing right now with Tiger and where he's at in his career, where we're at in our fandom and our coverage, where we take the piece of information and we project it forward. I know sometimes it's a thankless task, but I will ask you to do that here right now as you take a look at the rest of the schedule, the U.S. Open out in front of him, the Open Championship at the home of golf. What does this piece of news mean for Tiger's future here for the rest of the year, you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And I think, you know, the thing that I kept thinking about today before he withdrew is, you know, people kept saying, well, he needs to rest up and get 100%, and then come back out here. I think he's kind of close to 100%. I think this is just what it is for the rest of his career. And again, like, that doesn't mean he's feeling as good as a Justin Thomas or a Rory McIlroy or a John Rahm or anything like that. But he's 46 years old and was in a wheelchair this time last year. I just don't know how much better it's going to get. And because that's the information we have, I have to expect that he's going to play Brookline and the U.S. Open. And I can almost guarantee he'll play the Open Championship at St. Andrews. That's the one that is really special to him. It's the 150th Open. He's not going to miss that at the old course, where obviously he's won a couple times. So I just don't know how much better this injury is going to get, even if he takes a year off or 2 years off. So I think he's going to play while he still can and try to make the most of it during these major weeks.
Yeah, it's more of a matter of where Tiger can get his reps at this point before the Open Championship. As we take a look at some of the lowlights back in '02, the wind blew, the rain came, everybody was at the mercy of biblical type stuff going on at the '02 Championship when he shot his worst ever round at a major in '81. It was the 80 back in 2015 at the U.S. Open as he dealt with back issues. And here, the 2022 PGA Championship on Saturday, a 79, his worst ever round at the PGA Championship and third worst round in his major career. Tiger Woods' WD will not play on Sunday.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.